Welcome to Monument Ice Rinks. As we get started a little bit late in this broadcast, we apologize as we get ready, set here for the opening face-off. Great matchup here between the Colorado Rampage home team versus the Rocky Mountain Roughriders. We'll go through real quick what the information is on these two teams. The Roughriders currently ranked number 39th in the country with a 30-17-1 record. Facing off against the Rampage, currently ranked number 89th in the country with a 18-30-2 record. This will be the fourth time these two teams meet up. On the 29th of September, that weekend, the Roughriders won 6-3 and 6-0, and on December 3rd, the Roughriders beat the Rampage 2-0. So good start here in February to see how these two teams have progressed over the season. I'll be joined with David Cunliffe here in the booth in a second as he gets our end zone camera readjusted. And we're off to the action here as Rampage 43 Guidonis throws it down deep, and Rampage will start off forechecking here. Roughriders throw it around the boards, and out of the zone they come through the neutral zone. Picked off there nicely by Guidonis at the blue line as he came across and chipped down deep. And we'll get an icing here to start this off. 20 seconds in the game, and Rampage will have a face-off to the right. Ethan Flett, number 33. And it'll be number 44, Jack Winningham, taking the draw for the Rampage. And Roughriders win the draw. Comes up top, shot goes high. Olsen down deep in the corner with it. Played there by Winningham. Taylor throws it up with the top five of the Roughriders. Going wide. Peterson now in the corner with Winningham helping out in the corner with Nathan Bender. Thrown around the boards by Peterson. Up top, shot tip goes wide. Around the net, Peterson's there to collect it. Jill Steele out there, thrown up the ice by Sarver. Picked off by the Thunderbirds. Shot over the net, just off of Flett's glove. Kept in there again by the Roughriders. Taylor with it. They'll look to move it up the ice. Picked off there in the neutral zone. Here comes the Roughriders on the turnover. They've got numbers through the middle. Shot on net and it's a goal. Early goal off a turnover in the middle of the ice. And number 21, Sullivan Matthias, puts it in the back of the net. And the Roughriders capture an early 1-0 lead. Again, off the turnover in the neutral zone. They came back through the middle of the ice. Matthias was able to split the D and have a clean shot on Flett. Beats him low side, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, it's one of those where they just, really, it was a simple mistake, and they just took advantage of it on the Roughriders' end. Good play by them, but the Rampage have plenty of time to make up for this mistake.
Have to draw back to the action in the neutral zone. Smith throws it off his backhand out of the zone. Roughriders battle on the blue line. Smith steps in, chips it back up into the neutral zone a little higher. Roughriders collect. D-to-D pass across the red line. Jump deep. Walter will chase after it. Thrown out front as Pickett couldn't get a stick on it. Almost over the corner. Up in front, Flett will cover and will get a face-off to his right. So the Roughriders gaining the early advantage here with possession time. Rampage unable to maintain possession and get a good clean breakout. It's cost them a goal already.
Yeah, I mean, and you talk about any game, possession is the key to the game. And so far the Roughriders have been absolutely dominant in terms of that. Hopefully we can win a face-off here, get some possession, and spend a little time down in the Roughriders zone, get to know their goalie.
Off the draw, Roughriders win it again. Going up top, shot on net, tipped in front, Flett with the save. Behind the net, that's number 88, Ryan Shanahan. He gets it picked off by number 70 for the Rampage. So we're going to have to add a few numbers here as we didn't quite get all the lineup names that we wanted.
So here we go. The Roughriders. I mean, it was a great job by the Rampage there, getting possession down in the zone. Looks like they've gotten a little more possession here, but the Roughriders have taken it back down to the Rampage zone.
In the neutral zone now, Roughriders up the ice. Picked up across the blue line. Opportunity here. Little toe drag play. Blocked by Regan and thrown down the ice. No icing here as goaltender for the Roughriders, Palik, will play it. And here comes the team in black out of their own zone. Across the red line they come. And through, try to push the cross-ice pass. Good defensive play there by Roberts to break that up. He takes a shot. Turn over there at the blue line. Offsides. We're going to face off in the neutral zone.
Yeah, just a little lapse of attention from the Roughriders there, not realizing his players were in the zone. But so far, basically, we got to see the Rampage slow this game down so far. They haven't had a ton of possession so far. It's mostly been down in their zone. Ideally, you want to get possession of this puck and get down in that zone and have a little offense for yourself.
Rampage gain possession off the draw, throw it up in the neutral zone. Roughriders will collect it. Jake Lester with it. Lester back up the ice to the red line. Tip to Flanagan. Here comes the Roughriders. Nice move there. Shot in the goal. As number 9 for the Roughriders, Tommy Flanagan, made a move.
That was one of those positions where you want to see the second defenseman step up. Because we had 2 defensemen back, and he was able to pull it inside of the one defenseman that was on him. Ideally, you'd have that first defenseman pushing up on him. But, if he makes it past that first defenseman, you want the second defenseman to step up. Fortunately, we didn't. He was able to get a good shot on Flett. Just another simple mistake that ends up in a goal.
Flanagan makes a nice move in the slot and buries it past Flett. Pretty easy goal for him as he had all the time in the world to pick the corner. And it's 2-0 with 12:48 left to go. Rampage throws it up the ice. Chipped off the glass by Kuchafner, and we're going to get an offsides as the puck got hung up there at the Roughriders bench. Going to face off in the neutral zone. It's 2-0. Roughriders with 2 quick goals to start this game.
It's not how you want to start a game. I'll tell you what. Anyone can tell you that, though.
26 will take the draw. That's John Sarver. He'll lose it. The Roughriders will retrieve. Watching Sargent number 2 will throw it to his defensive partner and out of the zone through the middle of the ice. Good breakout play. And here comes the Roughriders back to the middle. Weak side lane crashing there. Shot on net. Flett will make a save. Another save by Flett. As the puck bounces in the slot. Cleared out. Not out of the zone as Rampage knocking at it. Roughriders will maintain possession in the neutral zone. Step across the blue line. Fire it on Flett. He'll cover with the save. It's number 21, Sylvan Matthias.
And what I'm seeing from the Roughriders here, they're putting on a ton of pressure. They're just flat out working the Rampage so far, but also when they get into the zone, they're putting a ton of people right in front of the goalie, making it very hard for Flett to see what's coming towards him.
Hit it on the draw. Roughriders point blank shot. As Woodard comes in and put the body on Riemann, but the Roughriders right next to Flett with an opportunity. Off the draw. Going out of the zone by Gudanis, off the stick of Kuchafner. Down the ice it goes. Icing will get another face-off. This time to the left of Flett. Rampage just unable to gain possession here and move as a unit up the ice. A lot of pucks just thrown up the ice, and the Roughriders have been easily able to collect and go back on the attack.
We're getting there. We're going to see some plays from the Rampage here. It's almost as if they're feeling them out at the moment, but, being down 2 goals, you got to kind of turn up the clock, turn up the pressure, make sure you're doing as much as you can on your side, maybe take a couple of risks, because you're already down 2 goals. I mean, what have you got to lose at this point? Try and get some shots on goal, try and get some possession down in their end.
Roughriders win the draw, but it sneaks out of the blue line, and they'll have to regroup, dump it back down deep. Moving with it, fires it up the wall. Out of the zone, picked up again, this will be offsides. Get a face off outside of the neutral zone. Rampage will change it up. Wholesale change, all 5 guys on the ice. Number 10, Cole Taylor, and number 14, Nathan Bender on D. And Evan Olander loses the ball. Here comes the Roughriders shot. Left save, he'll cover. Get a face off to his left.
Hey, great job by Bender there squaring up and making sure, I believe it tipped off of him. But, even if it didn't, he squared up to his guy, made sure he had no opportunity at the goalie, and you get a stoppage for a face-off.
Olander, 11, to take the draw here. Roberts Taps it up and out of the zone. Rampage will forecheck in the neutral zone here. Roughriders throw it back down to the other side of the ice. Rampage will regroup too. Up the ice to the boards. And offsides there as Ryan Shanahan for the Roughriders is standing there at the blue line, trying to force that play up to that wing, and he's covered. That's probably a better play. Go D to D there. Get the pace moving. Again, trying to force passes out here right now. We're seeing a lot of turnovers so far in this first period.
Yeah, forcing anything isn't going to work. Whether it's a shot, whether it's a pass, you have enough time, even though sometimes it doesn't seem like it, you have enough time to make the smart play. Sometimes you got to look across the ice and find who's open.
Chase Walter throws it up the neutral zone. Another turnover for the Rampage. In the corner now. Going up top to the point. Shot blocked. Sullivan throws it up the ice, back on the Rough Riders stick. Sullivan with it again now. Sullivan will throw it down the ice, and we'll get an icing at 10:42. So again, not really looking to make a play, more panic plays. And we'll have to start tracking turnovers here, but they're starting to mount up.
Yeah, you know, I'll take it right here. It's clear that all 5 guys out on the ice were exhausted. So to get a change, get some fresh legs out. Luckily, we don't have that icing penalty at the youth level, so they were able to get all 5 guys out there, get some fresh legs. Ideally, we're going to win the face-off here. It looks like the Rough Riders guy got pulled out. So, hey, it's a perfect opportunity for us to win a face. Oh, we're changing face-off as well.
4 players kicked out. Number 44, Josh Wingham, will step in. He wins the draw back to Regan. Regan shoots it off the boards and out of the zone. White will chase after it in the neutral zone. Rough Riders possessing here. D-to-D pass. Good possession there. Rampage will tip up, break up the pass, and Regan will try to chip it out of the zone. Rough Riders gain possession down deep. In the corner now, Shanahan with Whithead. Whithead gets good out of it. Ball picked off there off the half wall, skated in the slot. Couldn't quite get a shot off there. That was number 17, Rowan.
Here we go, Whittingham.
Here comes Whittingham on a breakaway. Whittingham makes a move.
Oh!
By defenseman. So
that's debatable right there.
Jake Lester. Well, he gave him pressure on the back check. Gave him enough.
Yeah.
Gave him enough problems where he wasn't able to get a clean shot. Goaltender played that well.
Fair enough.
An opportunity missed there. With 9:56 left to go. We get a face-off in the neutral zone, center ice.
And that just shows you all you need is just one little instance within a play for you to get that offensive spark for your team.
Would have been a big goal. Get this contest back within 1. Here comes the Rough Riders. Taylor now chips it out. They're going to get a penalty. As Kirchhoffner is going to go to the box. 2 minutes for cross-checking, and we will see the Rough Riders power play for the first time.
I would love to see. You know what? Never mind. No one wants to hear my grumbling.
We're going to face off to the right of Flett. The call is the call. You got to respect the officials and play on. Right now, the Rampage are going to be killing. As number 26, John Sarver will step in for the draw. Smith, White, and number 10, Taylor on D for the Rampage. Rough Riders control the draw. And they'll try to get things set up. Good play there by White.
Very smart play with his feet there to collect that puck.
Behind the net. Great shot there by the Rampage. Nice job to throw it out of the zone. We're going to get an icing and a penalty. And we're going to see what happens here as
he knew.
Number 21 is going to go to the box for tripping, so that'll even it up. That's number 21, Silibin Matthias. He's got the first goal of the game, and he's going to go for a tripping. We'll be 4-on-4 now as Rampage not having to do too much killing there before the Rough Riders shoot themselves in the foot. And they are now going to be back on their heels. We'll have 4-on-4 action. Minute 37 left to go in the Rampage penalty, so they'll have a clean 20-second power play at the end of this if everything stays the same.
Great opportunity for the Rampage here. Takes all the pressure off them. They can put all the pressure on the Rough Riders.
Whithead on the forecheck here. 4-on-4 hockey. Does a good job behind the net. Causing some problems. Rough Riders throw it out of the zone. Picked up by Taylor. Taylor turns. Tries to hit Whittingham. And the puck goes all the way back into the Rough Riders' end. Chased after there by number 70, Boone Whithead. Going up the ice. Foot race for it. And that'll be Taylor getting to it first. Rough Riders able to keep it deep in the zone. Smith stands on it. Smith will go back and recollect it. Up the boards, another turnover. Shaw trying to play with his foot. right underneath the skate. Number 2, Patrick Sargent, fired all the way around. Chipped out of his own. Gudonis now. Chip it up and back in. Arian Antonin on the ice, forechecking for the Rampage. And here comes the Roughriders. They've got some room here. Shot. Oh, he's going to play up. Good play by Gudonis to come back.
Hey,
did a nice job keeping Flanagan to the outside. Gudonis went up the middle. Good defensive play by the Rampage as they came back. Good back checking up there by Gudonis.
Great job by the defenseman. I didn't get to see who was on the first guy, but he was able to push him out to the outside. Gudonis was able to realize that there was pressure coming to the middle and able to pick up that pass. Beautiful play by those 2 defensemen out there.
That was Regan that pushed his player off to the outside.
Regan, there you go, yeah.
White chips it out of the zone all the way down. Rampage now full strength. Fired it on net. Tough angle shot. And Malik will steer it back inside around the goal there. That's White shot on net. Malik with another save from a sharp angle. Going out front.
Ooh.
Off the post there. And Roughriders doing a little bit of pressure as the Rampage take advantage of the Rough Rider change. They'll chip it in the zone. Great. Will stop it, and we'll get a face-off to his left.
Great job by Kirchhoffner. Being in front of the net, but also realizing he was probably going to get that pass while he was passing in front of the net. He was able to dish it behind him, which is not an easy play. And he was able to put it on net, make the goalie think, make the goalie work, and they're able to set up for another draw down in the offensive zone.
Kirchhoffner just coming out of the penalty box, had a couple minutes of rest, so some good pressure he played on that last sequence, and Rampage off the draw. They'll maintain possession, thrown out front, blocked by the Rough Riders, and they're able to clear. Here come the Rough Riders through the neutral zone. 2-on-2 with back check pressure coming. Shot blocked there by Gudonis. Off his stick, fires around the wall. Gudonis will chase it. They'll pick it up out behind his own net. Max Gudonis, backhand play. Can't connect with Whittingham. Whittingham with a forecheck. Gudonis will throw it all the way down. We'll get an icing and another face-off.
Although they weren't able to connect on a clean pass, it was a great job by Kirchhoffner Whittingham to be able to tip it out of the zone and get it into the neutral zone. Fortunately, it came back and they dumped it down. But had that not happened, they would have had a great break out there.
Sarver will step up. John Sarver, number 26. 6:47 left to go here in the first period. Rough Riders control off the draw. Shot to the point. Goes far wide. Behind the net now. Peterson. Zach Peterson. Colorado Springs native. Fires it back to Olsen. Olsen up top. Shot on net. Tip. And just goes wide of flat. Almost a double tip there. Some pressure here put on by the Rough Riders. Zach Peterson. Shot on net. That came off of the stick. Olsen. The Rough Riders buzzing. Rampage will get a change.
Smart play by Sarver to just get out of this. Just went a little bit too far. I mean, if he had taken 0.5% off on that one, it would have been a perfect play. It would have gotten them down in their zone, had them regroup. It was obvious that the Rampage were on the back foot, so it's a good idea to just get out of the zone. They were able to get a change here. So hopefully we can win this face-off here and get possession of the puck and get down into their zone.
Olander will take the draw. Kyle Sullivan. Nathan Bender up the ice. Good breakout play there as Hoffman couldn't quite connect. Tied up in the neutral zone. Rough Riders will get possession and skate across the blue line outside. Shot blocked by Taylor after the whistle. 5:48 left to go. Coach Kevin Patterson taking exception to the shot at the whistle.
That was the second attempt at a shot after the whistle. I can definitely see his taking umbrage. But you know, it happens. Sometimes you got to leave that to your defenseman.
With it, neutral zone. Face off, won by the Rampage. Gudonis, defenseman, skates it out into the zone. Rampage trying to maintain possession, can't. And Rough Riders get some help off the back check. Here's a shot on net, blocked there, another shot And it's in the back of the net. Rampage got you running around.
I mean, that was a nice play.
It's in the back of the net. It's 3-0.
The Rampage were missing the second guy in front of the net. That's what really happened, and we heard somebody complaining about it. It was when you got all 5 guys coming back like that, there needs to be at least 2 people covering that area in front of the net. Now, the first defenseman stepped out, but the second I'm not sure where he was.
It was a broken play. Max Gudanis had skated the puck deep, got caught, and wasn't unable to get back. There was actually a rush with 1 defenseman and 1 forward, and I think Gudanis went puck chasing instead of going to the slot.
That'll do it.
It's 3-0.
Simple mistakes here. That's what we're seeing so far. Is we've seen 3 simple mistakes capitalized on. It hasn't been anything major, any big breakdowns, any tremendously crazy plays. It's just 3 simple mistakes that they've been able to take advantage of.
Well, on the team, this is a skilled Roughriders hockey team. These guys are good. They've got skill. They play with speed and energy. You give these guys a couple opportunities like we've done, turnovers, it's going to be in the back of the net. So Rampage have their hands cut out for them. Could be a long afternoon. Hopefully they can get things turned around pretty quickly here. In the corner, Roughriders battle with it. Peterson comes back up top to the point. Shot on net. Fleck will make the save. Cover. Smith had lost his stick in the corner. We're going to face off to the right of Fleck. Olander will step in to take this draw. 4:56 left to go here in the first period. 3-0 Roughriders over the Rampage. Monaghan will step in to take this draw for the Roughriders. As Peterson was kicked out, Rampage will control, fired around the boards. And chipped out nicely by Roberts. Roberts tries to chip it up to White. And this is Olander offside, shot on net, so as Patterson complains about the other team shooting after the whistle, the Roughriders turnabout is fair play, I guess.
I mean, if they're going to take liberties, I guess it's fair play, You'd love to not see that, of course. But, if it's going to be fair play, looks like the other coach is complaining about it. So hopefully the refs are going to crack down on it because, it shouldn't happen from the start. That's just, A, it's disrespectful. And B, it's also disrespectful. C, it's against the rules.
Number 11, Evan Olander.
If I'm the defenseman, if you pull that, you're getting punched in the face. But at Pee-wees or 12 or whatever, 14U, that's not really in the rule books as much.
Taylor fans on the initial clearing attempt. Throws it up to the neutral zone, picked up by Lewis for the Roughriders. In the neutral zone, Roughriders control. Here they come across the blue line. Good defensive play there by Taylor. In the slot, shot just goes wide. A lot of puck watching on that play. And number 11 for Roughriders, Delaney, just took that shot wide. Taylor fires it off the glass, out of the zone.
Seeing a great deal of puck chasing rather than actually going after the body. There's been a lot of opportunities down here for us to make a turnover. And rather than go for the body and take the guy out of the play, we're just swiping at the puck. It's not going to be successful.
Roughriders control behind their net. D-to-D pass as they skate it out of the zone. Through the neutral zone they come. Regan, Gudanis, R&D. Regan sees his man in the corner, gets a little bit of help from Sarver. Schaffner up the ice. Gudanis now with it. He'll fire it over to Schaffner. He has it turned over in the neutral zone. Here comes the Roughriders. Gudanis, nice job recovering there. And Gudanis fires it around his own net. Olsen for the Roughriders picks it up. Gudanis with it. Gudanis up the wall. Tried to hit the Schaffner. And Rampage are able to clear Schaffner up to Anton Ariantonon. He gets muscled off the puck, and the Roughriders fired through their own crease. Good pressure applied there on the back check. Rampage will regroup in the neutral zone. Fire down deep. Roughriders will chase it in the corner. Zach Roberts after it. Knocks his guy down, but the Rough Riders able to get out of the zone. And hit somebody on the Rough Riders bench, and we're going to face off inside. 2:31 left to go here in the first period.
You know, although it's a 3-0 game, this doesn't look like your classic 3-0 game. The Rampage definitely have something that they're just waiting to unleash. Just got to get possession of the puck. Just got to get a couple more shots on goal. And I tell you what, the Rampage can get right back in this game.
One shot away. They just got to get offense, David. They haven't been able to maintain any possession in the offensive zone. Gotten one breakaway. And that's about it for grade A scoring chances today. So that's really what needs to happen. You've got to gain possession off this draw and start getting pucks at Palik here.
Momentum's such a huge part of hockey.
Off the draw, shot goes wide. Another rebound.
Ooh.
Off the post there. In front shot. Doesn't quite find its way, and then, wow, Palik with a great pad save as the Rampage buzzing off this draw. Exactly what they needed to do here, gain a little bit of offensive confidence. Kept in by Bender. Behind the net now, Rampage lose it on the half wall, and here comes the Rough Riders out with it. So a little bit of an opportunity for the Rampage there. Cole Palik, goaltender number 33, stands tall, and we're going to get a hooking call. That's going to go against the Rampage. That's going to go against number 70, Boone Whitted. That'll be a tough way to stop any momentum gained on that offensive draw and that offensive flurry there, as the Rampage will be shorthanded for the remainder of this period if all stays the same on the scoreboard. Minute 58 left to go in the period. 2 minutes on the clock for the Rough Riders power play.
That's a tough one to take, because it's one of those where you can race them right into the corner. You can give them a body. Instead, you give him a little hook. I mean, I see where he was coming from, but, you know, if you're in that position, just ride him into the corner, give him the body, give him a hit in the corner, and let him pay for it.
Rough Riders control on the draw here. They'll get the power play set up in the slot. Block there. Hoffman did a nice job recognizing that player in the slot, setting up for the Rough Riders. Here they come again. Good job there by Sarver. Nice to get it out of the zone. It's kept in. Sarver pins it down to the boards, gets some help there from Christopher, able to clear it out of the zone, and he'll skate it up the ice. Shot on that, save made by Palik. Great job by Christopher. He hustles to get off for a change, and here comes the Rough Riders. Back down the ice, Gudonis plays his man, ties it up. Good job by Gudonis there. Smith helps, shot goes wide.
So Gudonis' stick got caught up in 17's pads there. Unfortunately, he's going to be without a stick for a couple minutes here. Oh, well, 17 got a penalty. That evens it right up, doesn't it?
So McCord for the Rough Riders will take a penalty in the corner here. Rowan McCord with 57 seconds left to go. Goes to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. It'll be 4-on-4 for the remainder of this period. 57 seconds left to go. 25 seconds left to go on the Rampage. 59 seconds left to go on the Rampage penalty. So they'll get a full minute of power play action to start the second period with 57 seconds left to go in this one. Rough Riders win the ball and chip it out of the zone. Rampage will have to chase after it. Taylor fires it back up the wall. Picked up by number 8, Lewis Owen. Owen skates it into the zone. Tied up there. Out of the zone, nicely good defensive play there by 91 Antonin. Back behind the net it goes. 4-on-4 for 30 more seconds left in this period. Retrieved by number 10, Taylor. Cole Taylor with it. Reverses the flow. And number 2, Chase Walter fires it up the ice. Here comes Kuchofner. He's got some room. He's got a player with him as well. Kuchofner backhand save made by Palik. 10 seconds left to go, so another opportunity for Kuchofner. And the Rough Riders clear the zone. Up to Walter at the red line. He'll fire it back down deep, take the hit. And that'll do it for the first period. The Rocky Mountain Rough Riders all over the Rampage. 3-0 after 1. Rampage will start this second period. 2 seconds left to go in their penalty, and then they'll be on the power play for just about a minute. We'll take a break here on Rampage TV. We'll be back after this commercial break. Ready? Welcome back to Monument Ice Rinks. Start of the second period, 4-on-4 action here with 16 on the clock. 2 seconds left to go in the Rampage penalty, so they'll be at full strength here. And they are right now. So the Rampage on a power play to start off this period. Let's see if they can get things set up. Here they come into the zone. Into the slot, shot tipped up into the glass, almost right into our studio.
Right, it hit me in the face.
We'll get a face off to the right of Palik.
There's a couple holes in the net up here, I'm just realizing.
There are. We're going to have to keep our ice field. It'll be number 70, Boone Whithead, on the draw here. Big face-off for the Rampage. They can gain possession here and get some power play time. Get this one to 3-1. That would be a huge step in the right direction at the start of this period.
Certainly,
yeah. The draw here and up top. Rampage will set it up. Looking to get it in formation here. They're out of the corner. Back up top. Back down to the corner. And errant pass there. Roughriders able to throw it up the wall. Not out though. Behind the net. Sargent knocked off the puck. Kept down nicely there. A good play there by around. And learn all about the village. A pretty impressive school that we're going to be talking to the principal about. With the Zamboni break interview. Roughriders control off the draw. Rampage able to clear it. Neutral zone play now. Batted back and forth. Roughriders pick it up and chip it into their own bench. Ryan Shanahan tried to find some glass. No glass there, and we'll get a face off in the neutral zone.
Now, I'm liking the tempo of this period so far for the Rampage. You know, we haven't quite gotten that puck in the net yet, but there's a lot more neutral zone play, a lot more tempo to this play, a lot more effort. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Hopefully they can capitalize on it, make the most of it.
Roughriders win the draw in the neutral zone. Rampage ready to chip it down deep, forcing the Roughriders to collect and regroup all the way back behind their net. Out of the zone they come with it, and through the neutral zone. This is number 17, Rowan McCord. They'll try to chip it deep. Couldn't quite get all his stick on it. Back behind the net. There's McCord. McCord gets the goal already early, the first one of the game. Roughriders maintaining possession in the offensive zone, trying to get it out front. Back behind the net now with it. Fired around the boards, picked up there by the Rampage. That's Gudanis, up the wall. Can't quite connect on the breakout pass, and the Roughriders will fire it back and off the netting, and we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone. 12:39 left to go.
Hey, smart play by Max there. He got tied up with the Roughriders player down in the corner. Could have given him an extra shot or two, but instead decided to get part ways, and he was able to get a hold of that puck, break it out of the zone, and get us a face-off in the middle of the ice. Very smart play where it would have been very easy to draw a penalty there.
Jack Whittingham wins the draw for the Rampage. Fired down deep, and now forecheck after it. Whittingham leading the charge here against Gupta. Whittingham ties Gupta up. Good forecheck pressure applied by him. He gets some help from Sarver. Sarver tried to get it up to the point. Picked up there by the Roughriders, and they were able to clear the zone. Come across the... As we return to the action, John Sarver, for those that missed it, he picked up a loose puck in the neutral zone, skated in unabated on the breakaway, and was able to bury it past Cole Palik. Roughriders goaltender number 33, a beautiful shot, and it's a 4-1 hockey game. A big boost for the Rampage, just what they needed to try to get back into this game. Roughriders now controlling with 11 minutes left to go here in the second period. We'll take a break halfway through the second to do the ice. Stick around for our Zamboni break interview. Rampage tried to clear it, and they were able to, as the Roughriders defenseman unable to squeeze it along the boards there. That was Jake Buster. Just came across the blue line. We're going to face off in the neutral zone for the offsides.
And a great job to John Sarver. I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about as far as taking advantage of those opportunities. You know, it wasn't a clean play. It wasn't an amazing play. The puck jumped out in front of him, and man, he outworked the defenseman. He outskated him and had a beautiful shot to score that goal. Get them some sort of momentum, get them back in this game.
Back behind Rampage net, out of the zone. Another turnover here. Opportunity for the Roughriders. Shot on net. Looks like Fleck got a pad on it. There's another turnover there in the defensive zone. Another opportunity for the Roughriders as they're chasing the neutral zone now. Chipped out. And Center ice, here comes the Roughriders with some space, time and space, throws it out front. Good defensive play there by Regan to tie his man up. The Roughriders unable to capitalize on a good opportunity skating into the zone. Sargent up the ice, tipped by the Rampage. And here they come through the neutral zone. This is Christopher. There's a fire to the middle of the ice, nobody home. And the Riders able to get it out of the zone. Rampage pick it up mid-ice. They'll try to fire it deep. And they'll chase after it here on the forecheck. Evan Olander first to the puck, knocks his man down. Sarver second to the puck, it's chipped past him. Sarver's got to keep moving his feet there. He kind of pulled up. Nice back check though on Sarver. Yeah. He can't stop. He's got to keep his feet moving. He stopped moving his feet about 5 feet before that outlet pass was made. Had he kept moving his feet, that player, not only is he going to get nervous about taking that puck, but Sarver is going to be there in time to take away all the time and space and to potentially negate that pass in the clear.
Not only do you want to be moving your feet to create offensive chances, but it also allows you to negate any sort of hits or anything coming towards you. If you're moving your feet, it makes it 100 times more difficult for somebody to lay a good hit on you. So whether you're trying to make a play or just move past the next defender, moving your feet's the most important thing you can do in any play.
Black plays it around the boards, Roughriders off the half wall. And it's picked off again, another breakaway, another opportunity for the Rampage. He's got a chaser, shot save made by Powell. Great save made on Whithead. He'll fire it up top, another opportunity, shot on net, tipped from Powell with a great glove save as it was tipped by Roberts right up top, and he's able to flash his left glove, catching glove on his left hand and just get enough.
It's another example of taking advantage of those great opportunities. You never know when they're going to happen, but when they happen, you have to be ready to A, take advantage, and work your tail off to make the most of those.
So Rampage, three breakaways today. They've scored on one of them. Opportunistic there in the middle of the ice again, collecting a loose puck, and this time Palik able to make the breakaway save and follow up with another great save off a tip. And it remains 4-1 with 8:38 left to go here in the second period. This next whistle will be a stoppage of play as the teams will head off for a break. Throwing up the ice, blocked by the Roughriders. As the Rampage starting to look for that middle of the ice pass, and here comes another pass through the middle and another breakaway for the Rampage. So shot on net, and it's in the back of the net as Carson Christopher puts it in the back of the net. Another costly turnover by the Roughriders, maybe acting a little bit too greedy on the offensive side of the puck. Gave up another breakaway, and Chris Choffner makes it a 4-2 hockey game with 8:16 left to go.
Man, that's what I'm telling you. It doesn't matter how the game's going, who's the better team. If you take the opportunities and make the most of them, you are going to have success. That came off of just a sloppy, like you said, over-offensive play by the Roughriders. They were able to get a turnover, bring it down. He was able to skate his tail off, and what a beautiful shot to put it top shelf just inside the bar and get them within 2 goals of the lead here.
I'm surprised we're not going to the locker rooms right now.
Yeah, that's what the refs, I think, asking right now.
8:16 left to go. They're going to drop it. I guess it'll be the next whistle they'll go to.
Alrighty.
Locker rooms. I think the Roughriders wanted to get back on the ice before ending the break with that.
Yeah, you don't want to end the break on a goal.
Rampage would be smart just to ice it here. And instead they turn it over. Back down the ice it goes. 7:57 left to go on the clock. Out of the zone, picked up in the neutral zone, thrown back by the Roughriders. Locked again, Peterson gets it knocked off his stick. Middle of the ice now, back and forth we play, a little slap back. And the Roughriders and the Rampage, back and forth, back and forth. We're going to get a penalty here and a whistle. And that's going to be a penalty on the Roughriders, and that'll do it. So some momentum swings big time.
I'll tell you what.
Not only climb back within 2, they're going to get a power play to start the second half of this second period. Both teams will head to the locker room now, so a great momentum swing here as down 4-0. The Rampage 2 breakaways and a couple of goals. And it's 4-2 here with 7:38. We're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, and we'll be back here with the Zamboni Break interview on Rampage TV and WSBN.TV.
So do we turn this way?
All right, welcome back to Rampage TV. I'm joined here with the principal of the Village, a District 20 school, Nathan Gorsh. Nathan, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Great to have you here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Village. I've had an opportunity to come down and see it. It's a District 20 school. I'd say we call it an alternative school, but I don't really like the name of that. It's actually a progressive school. It's something outside the box, and arguably one of the best educational settings I've seen in my my career as an educator.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it.
Yeah, so I bristle at the word alternative because there's a lot of connotation to go with that. I would refer to it as a choice.
Nice.
We have a lot of students that choose a different educational path for themselves. They have a lot of alternatives, they have a lot of choices, but they choose to come with us. But the kind of framework is that it's a combination of the best of online learning, which we think is personalization, and the best of in-person, which we think is collaboration. So our students do a combination of both in-person and online, and you got to visit. It's just this really cool atmosphere where we treat students like they're adults, treat them like they're college kids, and have a really amazing experience.
Yeah, it's a very high-performing school. The students that were there was very self-motivated. When I was able to visit, there's a main area that you have where the students and the teachers work together and collaborate. Classes are taught in this area. It seems like chaos, but it's the most organized, amazing chaos with just education permeating the building. How do these students find you, and how do you find such self-starting students?
Yeah, so we don't advertise, which is kind of interesting. We have about 500 kids, and ultimately it's word of mouth. We started with 25 ninth graders about 8 years ago and have continued to grow into the place where we've got 500 kids and about 300 kids on a waiting list this year. So the demand for schools like ours is, I think, only going to increase. But yeah, ultimately we have a partnership where we have a lot of Rampage kids that end up coming, and kids from other hockey clubs, high-level athletes. The same skills it takes to be a high-level athlete are the same skills it takes to be a successful student. But yeah, we treat them like they're college students, where they're really independent. They have to take care of their own business, but then we pair that again with really amazing elective experiences. But the best part, as you saw, was the relationships between kids and teachers. That piece just organically happened. Obviously we had some planning that went into that, but that's the best part.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Let's talk about the electives. I've never been so blown away for some of the offerings that a high school provides its students, things from civil engineering and architecture, and I mean, we could go on a massive list, but let's talk about some of the electives and what makes that so special from a traditional brick and mortar, say just an Air Academy High School or a Rampart.
So what we try to do is again, think about life beyond high school and try to create elective experiences that really prepare kids for that journey when they are adults. So all of our PE classes are more connected to the adult world. So we go to the Hibble Center at UCCS for elite athletes that want to have a high level PE experience. We have yoga, we have dance, we have, I call it casual PE. We have an outdoor fitness class that actually they go hiking, mountain biking, paddle boarding, fly fishing, things you might do as an adult to get kids thinking about wellness. Art is more of an art studio. If you go to a traditional art class, every kid is making the same thing, but that's not how art actually works. So ultimately, every student is working on their own in an art studio sort of a setting. But then my favorite are some of the individual projects classes. We have a community service class. We have a class right now, Adulting 101. Do you know how to sew on a button, change a flat tire, plan Thanksgiving dinner. And then probably the one that students are talking about the most, the one that has the most buzz right now is this semester we have the history and culture of barbecue. So yesterday we had a bunch of students get together. They were on teams. We actually had a burger competition. We had a slop. The slopper ended up winning, but one of the burgers had peanut butter on it.
Wow.
We had an Oklahoma onion burger, and I mean, talk about kids engaged. It was awesome. But they look at the different cultural roots of barbecue and why do different regions of the country use mustard or use vinegar or use tomato base, and so they look at that and then a lot of barbecue has its roots in slavery, and how did that come about, and how has that flavored the culture? So just, again, more like college experiences so kids can really find their passions and figure out who they are and enjoy learning.
It's just incredible.
Yeah.
So this is a District 20 school.
It is.
I have a feeling that the administration of District 20 is looking at this school very intently to see how well it's working.
Yeah, we started again with 25 ninth graders, and I'll never forget the superintendent at that time said, "I'll support you going out on that limb," which there's a lot to unpack in that phrase. It was an experiment, right? Like, and if it didn't go well, maybe they were going to cut that limb off. But quickly it became apparent that it met the needs of students. The demand, again, we've only continued to increase the number of students that seek us out, to the place that now we're talking about expanding our building because we have more students that want to access us than we can currently serve. And I didn't lead with this, but we actually last year had the highest test scores in D20. To me, that's a product of treating kids respectfully and giving them a personalized education. But yeah, our students perform very, very well.
Yeah.
We've also had, in our first 3 graduating classes, we've actually had 11 Division I athletes.
Wow.
Out of about 150 grads. So we're really proud of that too.
So again, really a reflection of the high-performing, motivated students that are coming to the village and that are achieving great things at the village. We talk about sports and motivation in sports. Obviously, you're seeing some AAA action here tonight. You'll stick around and watch the 18U game. These are dedicated athletes. Trying to get these players to the next level requires a lot. We talk about intrinsic motivation. We talk about autonomy, that self-drive, self-determination. And we also talk about having fun. Mm-hmm. And if you step back and looked at your school, I think you check all 3 of those boxes quite well.
I hope so, and I do believe so. But yeah, I maybe I'm going to say something funny for an educator, but actually school isn't always the most important thing in a kid's life, nor do I want it to be. These kids are doing some amazing things, and why wouldn't we support them to travel and pursue their passion and have school fit into that, rather than, a lot of our students or a lot of these athletes, if they go to a traditional school, they get hassled about attendance, missing class, travel, all the things that really are about what that passion is going to be later on. And so we're really upfront. School is not always the most important thing. Sometimes it needs to be, but it's not always the most important thing in your life, and we're okay kind of taking a back seat so that you can pursue your passion.
Well, we look here on the ice. It's really interesting. Several players for the Rampage attending the village, and we even have a player from the Roughriders.
Correct.
Which
little rivalry.
A little rivalry here, but a student that goes to the village and actually leaves at 1 o'clock to drive up to Boulder for practice every day. And I was able to talk with him a couple weeks ago. Zach Peterson loves the school and how it fits with the ability to drive to Boulder every day for practice is pretty phenomenal. Yeah,
and we have, at this point, we're actually attracting students from the Denver area that are actually driving down every day. If you were to draw an hour circle around the village, we draw students from in that area. So all the way up to Woodland Park, all the way up to Denver. We had a student from Elizabeth that was driving in every day, and then down south, as far south as Pueblo. And so yeah, they're really coming from all over with all sorts of different clubs represented. Obviously a lot of Rampage kids, but even some of the Tiger kids, a few of the Rough Rider kids, and then students in other sports also, a lot of high-level baseball players, a lot of girls soccer players. One of our students just committed to Baylor for women's soccer. We've got probably 3 or 4 Division I volleyball players right now. So yeah, a lot of high-level athletes, along with dancers, musicians, actors, actresses, kids that just want to be more in control of their schooling experience. So it's really this unique group of students, and I love it. It's awesome.
So right out of the gate, if all those athletes played for the village, if you had sports teams, you'd be the most dominant athletic program in the city.
I believe that to be true. Last year, if we would have had a baseball team, actually 2 years ago, if we would have had a baseball team, we would have been the best baseball team in the state. Now we've, obviously with hockey, a bunch of hockey players. We're actually starting a volleyball team next year, which is creating a little controversy because we do have so many high-level volleyball players that they want a different experience from high school, and we offer that to them. So we're going to play next fall for the first time, and very excited. And I can imagine that first game. It's going to be a ton of fun.
Well, not only will the academics be put on the map, I think volleyball, women's volleyball is going to be quickly put on the map too.
I think that is true.
And you're going to have a bigger problem than 300 on your waiting list now. It's going to grow.
And that's a good problem to have. And again, like we've talked as a district, maybe we create a second campus at some point. Or to me, my job is to create the interest and to build the model, and it's somebody else's job to figure out what to do with all the interest. So.
Well, the model is impressive. You're going to stick around and watch the rest of this game?
Absolutely.
Can we get you back here for the 18U game?
Absolutely, love it. And I was looking at the roster of the 18U team, and I think there's only maybe a handful of kids that haven't either graduated from the village or at the village. So that'll be a fun one for sure.
Well, it'll be great for them to see you here and know that you're supporting them.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here in our 18U broadcast, and congratulations on everything you're accomplishing. It's like I say, I've never seen anything so impressive. And this is really the future of education.
Well, thanks, Sean. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Welcome back to Monument Ice Rinks for the start of the second half of the second period. The Roughriders and Rampage taking to the ice. So an interesting end to that second period. It looked like it was going to be a long afternoon. Roughriders went up 4-0. Rampage answered with 2 breakaway goals, bring this within 2. And that's how this one ended. We'll see how this momentum carries into the second half here, as the Roughriders, almost self-imploding, took a penalty right before the break. So the Rampage will have a 2-minute penalty starting this period.
It just shows you how quickly momentum can change just in a short period of time. It looked like the Rampage were going to go into the break down 4-0, and just over the period of a minute or two, they were able to bury 2 pucks, completely change the course of the game, as well as goad the Roughriders into a penalty. So I mean, as you know, going from 4-0 to 2-4, you only have a 2-goal deficit. Maybe you can pop one here on the penalty or on the power play. You only got one more to get from there. I mean, that was the best way they could finish off going into the Zamboni break. Hopefully they can keep that momentum going forward, get a goal off this power play, and then keep going from there.
Top unit will be on the ice for the Rampage. Carson Kirchhoffner, he buried one of those breakaways quite nicely. He'll be joined with number 70 Boone Whitted, number 91 Anton Ariantonum, and number 44 Jack Whittingham. Will be on the ice here with the face-off just to the right of Cole Palik, Roughriders goalie, number 33. And 7:38 on the clock here, remaining in the second period. We'll be back to action in Rampage. 2-minute power play here. And off the draw, it's tied up. And the Roughriders able to get a stick on it and knock it out of the zone. Here comes Peterson, Colorado Springs native. Nice move there. Has the puck turned over though, and the Rampage able to skate it out of their zone. Held up there. Kirchhoffner is held up to the blue line. Rampage struggling to get it set up. Here they come now with a little bit of room. Fired across harmlessly to the wide of the net by Taylor. And the Rampage hoping to get control here and start setting something up. Good back behind the net. Over to Whittingham. Up top, back across. Shot on net. There's a rebound attempt. Kirchhoffner was there off the post. That went off the crossbar. Jack Whittingham, he had Kirchhoffner there and a couple opportunities for the Rampage. And that last one right off the crossbar and up into the high netting as Palik breathes a sigh of relief.
That's exactly what you want to see from the Rampage. That's precisely what you want. Coming out of that break, putting the pressure on, getting some shots on goal. I hope to see more from there.
New unit on for the Rampage. John Sarver will step up to take this draw. And the Rampage can't maintain possession inside the zone. They'll have to regroup in the neutral zone. Sarver now with some speed. Gets it knocked off his stick. Turnover in the neutral zone. Roughriders able to kill a little bit of time with just under a minute on this power play. They're going to ice it. And we'll get the top unit back on the ice. Finish off this power play. 6:31 left to go. 55 seconds on the man advantage. Top unit for the Rampage back out on the ice. 4-2 hockey game. And the Rampage will lose it. Roughriders will get an opportunity blocked up top. And off the shot block, here comes the Rampage. Into the zone. Dropped off. Shot on net. And it's a goal! Kirchhoffner with his second. A beautiful drop pass. And Kirchhoffner just ripped the slap shot and beats Palik top shelf. And it's a 4-3 hockey game. So exactly what the doctor ordered. They get a break. They come back out. They pop the power play. And with 6:20 left to go in the period, it's a 4-3 hockey game, baby.
You can't ask for more than that. I tell you what. You come down here. You never know what's going to happen when you throw the puck on net, especially from that angle. But if you come in with the time and space that he had, you're able to pick that angle with the skill. Oh, I'm blown away.
Gorgeous shot.
Couldn't ask for anything better.
Kirchhoffner just pounds it home. 4-3, 6:20 to go here. We've got a hockey game. 3 unanswered goals for the Rampage, 2 breakaways and a power play goal. And they're right back in it. Regan tries to get it out of the zone, kept in by the Rampage. Regan now back with it, gets it over to Gudanis. Max Gudanis picks it up, skates up the ice. Good play by Gudanis, create a little time and space, can't quite connect on the breakout pass. No icing here, and the Rampage will forecheck. That's White on it, and blocked there by Whitted, kept in by White. Here comes Whitted, skates across top of the circle, shot by White, blocked there by the defenseman Gupta for the Roughriders, and here they come out of the zone. Nice breakout, chip play off the wall, and fired across into the corner. Equally good job by the Rampage coming back defensively there. And the Roughriders fired around the wall, and Regan after it. Regan chips it up to the half wall and out of the zone. Nope, kept in, but chipped out. Okay, so here comes the Rampage. Through the neutral zone, they'll go for a change, giving the Roughriders plenty of time here. Wrapped all around the wall and back into the Rampage zone. Regan will stay on the ice to play that. We get some help. Here comes Chris Schaffner. Nice pass up the middle, almost found Whittingham. Whittingham couldn't quite get a stick on it. Otherwise, that would have been another breakaway for the Rampage. Instead, the league has to hold on to it. We'll get a face-off to his right with 4:54 left to go here in the second period. It'll be number 17 for the Roughriders. Rowan McCord stepping up against Jack Whittingham. Number 44 for the Rampage. Just to the right of Pelik. And the Roughriders able to gain control on the draw and skate it out. Chip it into the zone, chased after there by number 4, Kobe Smith. He'll wind it around, reverse flow, and the Rampage get it out of their zone. Can't quite connect on the tic-tac-toe regroup. Big hit there, laid on by Chris Schaffner. And looking for that home run play there to Sarver. Picked off there and thrown back down deep. Chased after now by Smith again. Smith in the corner takes a hit, makes a play. And the Rampage unable to clear it out of their zone, slapping at it, and finally get it out. Here comes Chris Schaffner. He's got a little bit of room coming across the blue line. Shot on net. Pelik will glove and hold. We'll get a whistle to his right, and the Rampage will get a change. Tag number 11, Evan Olander, will come out to take this draw. And he'll go up against the Colorado Springs native Zach Peterson. Peterson, a Tigers product, playing up in Boulder this year for the Roughriders. Heck of a hockey player he is. Great size, good skill. Fun to see him having some success. A Village product as well. I want to thank the principal of the Village for an excellent interview. Our Zamboni break, Nathan Gorch. Fantastic school there the Village is, and we'll be talking with him again between periods of the 18U game. Here come the Rampage out of the zone after stopping an offensive drive by the Rampage. A little drop there to Roberts, can't quite connect. Rampage will have to regroup outside their zone. They'll dump it in. Roberts dumps it in, but ice offsides as on the far side, that was Emery White. He had stepped on the ice and was just about a foot and a half offside of the play. Face off in the neutral zone. That'll be number 70, Boone Whitted. Take this draw. Looks like he's going to go up against number 17, Rowan McCord for the Roughriders. The Schaffner joins the group. The Rampage win the draw. Udonis. Backhand D-to-D pass to Regan. He'll chip it out and up. Rampage White was at his feet, didn't see it. And the Roughriders able to control. D-to-D pass in the neutral zone. Chipped up the ice. Another chip play into the zone. Rampage will pick it up. Udonis goes cross ice, tries to find White. Picked up now. Here comes Whitted. Shot on net, save made. Rebound picked up behind the net. Going into the slot and steered away by the Roughriders. Here they come. Shot, save made by the blocker. Flat rebound just goes wide. Actually, it's picked up. Oh, there's a turnover in front. Shot, Flett, glove save, and he'll hold. Nope, it's in the back of the net. So Flett looked like he had it in his glove, And it dropped to the ice. I didn't see exactly who got a stick on it, but that's a tough one. As a turnover there by Gudanis in the slot. Looked like Flett saved him by making the glove save, but no luck there. And it's a 5-3 hockey game.
It's one of those. It happens. It really does. But man, it's a heartbreaker to see here, especially with the momentum that the Rampage had created. But you know, we still have a long time left. We're still got 2:46 left in this period. Another 16 minutes left in the third. Plenty of time to make up for it here.
Got to eliminate those turnovers, especially in the D zone. It's happened a few times today. That's ended up in the back of the net. I think Flett would love to have that one back. I think that surprised him, as it felt like he had it right in his glove. Roughriders control off the opening draw, back into their offensive zone here, out of the corner. They'll cycle back down deep. That's number 19. Going out front, here's number 21. Good job there by Flett. Poke save there to keep it away from the Roughrider stick. Rampage able to clear the zone. We're going to get a penalty here on the Roughriders. It's going to be an interference, and that's going to go on number 2, Patrick Sargent. We'll go to the box. 2 minutes for interference. And Rampage will get an opportunity to try to get that last turnover mistake that cost them. Try to get that one rectified and get this back to a 1-goal game.
Yeah, perfect opportunity here. We got a power play, just got to get possession, got to get one in. Heck, you could take 10 seconds, make up for that mistake right here, and then you're back to where you were. They're in a great position here.
Face off to the right of Palik. 2:08 left in the period, 2 minutes on the power play. Boone Whithead wins the draw. Up top, passes across. Turnover there. And, nice job there by number 10, Cole Taylor. Almost gave up a breakaway, but was able to get that puck back on his stick and back down deep for the Rampage. Get some help there from Whithead. Picked up there. Here comes Taylor. Throws it out front. Shot on net. Tip just goes high. It was tipped by the Rough Rider stick. And Whittingham in the corner gets some help. Let's get it all the way around the net. Back up the half wall. Back up top. Handcuffed his player. Cole Taylor handcuffed on that pass there, and he'll turn it over. Picked up nicely by Whittingham, back in the zone. Here comes Jack Whittingham's shot. Philippe makes the save, steers to the corner. Picked up now by Chris Schaffner. Here he comes, shot off the side of the net. Whittingham tries to throw it in the middle, gets it blocked. As the puck sits on the side of the net, and Philippe will hold it for a whistle. 1:10, and that clock just keeps running. Clock operator let another 6-7 seconds off the clock.
Parents were definitely letting them know.
Face off to the right of Palik. Second unit on for the Rampage. Number 11, Evan Olander to take the draw. Rampage win. Up top. Tough pass there by Smith. Gudanis forced it over to Smith, and Smith had a guy right in his face. And the puck comes out of the zone. Smith, cross ice play. Try to connect with Roberts. Roberts can't quite get to it. The Roughriders trying to throw it out, kept in. Shot on net, just goes wide of Palik. Sarver skates after it. And chipped out of the zone. Here comes the Roughriders. Going to get a penalty on the Rampage here. A hooking call by Gudanis. And that'll do it for the Rampage power play. And 37 seconds left to go. Gudanis goes to the box for a hooking. That'll even things up here for 25 seconds, and then the Roughriders will go on a power play of their own. After their penalty 25 seconds expires here, they'll get about 1:30.
Yeah, I mean, you do unfortunately waste 25 seconds on the power play here. It's one of those penalties you just wish you could have back.
Rampage win the draw. Can't quite get to it though. Roughriders first to the puck. Nathan Bender holding on to his man. He's got to get to the D side there before he takes the penalty. And out of the zone. Here comes the Rampage. Carson Kratoffner working hard. Gets some help from Bender. Bender steps down and Bender gets beat. Here comes the Roughriders. Loses an edge there. That was number 2, Patrick Sargent lost an edge and goes down. Allows the Roughriders to get back out of the zone. Shot on net with the buzzer going off. Taylor can't quite get a full shot there, and we'll get a break here for the period. We'll go ahead and take a break here on Rampage TV. We'll be back after this message. Welcome back to Monument Ice Rinks. Start of the third period here. 5-3 Roughriders over the Rampage. Roughriders on the power play. As Max Gudanis goes to the box for a hooking call. The Rampage will be killing this penalty off to start the period. Down 2 goals. Roughriders scored the first 4. Rampage came back 3 unanswered of their own. And here recently, the Roughriders able to go back up ahead by 2 off a turnover. And a shot where Flett seemingly had it in his glove, but somehow found its way into the back of the net. Let's see if the Rampage can kill this off and get back to 5-on-5, get some of this momentum back. Get this game close again. Off the draw, Roughriders lose it. Rampage. Regan fires it deep. Doesn't quite get it all the way down, but deep enough to kill some good time. Jack Whittingham on the forecheck. We'll have help from number 34, Emery White. Regan and Walter on D, offsides for the Roughriders. We'll get a face off in the neutral zone. Rampage will get a change after 15 seconds on the ice. They'll bring on number 70, Boone Whitted. Number 4 Smith, that's Kobe Smith. Number 10, Cole Taylor, and number 22, Carson Kirchhoffner, having a heck of a game. Couple goals tonight. Thanks for joining us on Rampage TV for 14U action. Please stick around for a doubleheader. We'll have the 18U AAA team, coached by Brett Clark, facing off against the Rocky Mountain Roughriders. Taylor in the corner. Roughriders able to connect. Oh, good job there by Kirchhoffner. Picks the pocket. And away he goes to the races. He gets a breakaway shot, just goes wide. Boy, he put the speed on there. And
great shot too. Man, the goalie was just able to get it with the tip of his stick. That was perfect. It was going to go in the goal. Just a beautiful job by the goaltender to get his stick on it. It's a hard thing to do. You're kind of guessing, basically. So, but amazing job by Kirchhoffner to pick up that puck and just, man, bring it down. And
I'll tell you, he had some speed. I didn't think he was going to get to that puck, and he'd turn on the jets.
When he outskated 2 guys, too. Neither of them could catch him.
Carson Kirchhoffner on fire today. Good to see that young man firing on all cylinders. Roughriders with it. across the blue line. They were trying to set up. Walter able to chip it out of the zone. So far the Roughriders unable to set up on this power play. As the time clicks down for them, there's an opportunity at front and cleared out of the slot there by Olander. Regan with it. Regan backhand chip on the skates of Ariantinum. He'll chase after it.
Smart play. Way to dump it down there and not go for the icing.
Oh, good turnover here, shot. And Palik with the easy save as it looked like Sarver there couldn't quite get enough room to put a good shot on that, but a great forecheck there by number 91, Anton Ariantinum. I apologize, Anton. I'm going to butcher your name throughout the rest of the season.
Sean's going to have to do some workouts at home.
I'm going to do some help. I need some help with that one. It's a tongue twister. Heck of a hockey player, though, from Phoenix. His dad in the building today was able to come up and watch his son play. Showing his dad some good effort there on the penalty kill forecheck. It's 5-on-5 action now. Rampage able to clear it all off. And 13:50 left to go in the third period. 5-3 hockey game. Picked up the ice. Whittingham tries to get it deep. He can't. He'll get some help from Taylor. Taylor off the wall. And into the zone. Krachofner will forecheck after it. Krachofner. 0-5 breakout, and the Roughriders able to get out of there pretty easy. Regan, though, picks it up in the neutral zone. Good job by the Rampage to plug up that neutral zone.
Much more pressure in the neutral zone than we saw in the first period. Doing a great job putting pressure on, making sure we're taking advantage of those turnovers.
Udonis pinched down. Roughriders able to get it out of the zone. Here they come. And Udonis, nice play there to Whitted. And Whitted up to Krachofner, can't quite connect. And the Roughriders fired around the wall. And out of the zone. It was blocked there by Krachofner. Offsides. 12:51 left. Rampage will get a change. Sarver will come on. Replace Krachofner, who's out there for a little bit. Walter will take Regan. So we'll have Chase Walter and Kobe Smith on D. Zach Roberts steps in on the right side. Olander loses the draw, but gets it deep, and Roberts will chase after it. We'll get an icing here. And a face-off all the way down to the other end, to the right of goaltender Ethan Flett for the Rampage. Should be a good matchup this evening with the 18Us on our doubleheader.
Going to be a great matchup. Looking forward to the state playoffs here. Going to see a very evenly matched team, the Roughriders versus the Rampage. I think the Rampage will have the edge on them, but you never know what's going to happen on any given day.
See if we can collect the out-of-town scoreboard. 15Us, I know they dropped a tough one up in Boulder today. See if we can get a 16U score. Both of those teams here tomorrow. Face-off will be to the left of Flett.
It's a great opportunity. I mean, we're still only down by 2 goals. You have 12 minutes left. Plenty of time to get some shots on net. The goaltender looks a little bit sleepy down there. Maybe you pop a quick one that he wasn't expecting, or maybe even just a dirty goal where you get a shot on goal, get a dirty rebound, and have somebody in front jam it home.
Off the draw. Roughriders control for a second. Whittingham tries to get it out. Can't do it. Roughriders keep it in. Thrown to the middle of the slot. All the way through. Nobody home. Taylor after it. Picked up there by the Roughriders. That was an errant pass by Shanahan. Through the middle of the ice. Nobody home. And Rampage able to clear. So it looks like coming down the other way. Picked up there in the neutral zone. Here comes Anton. He's got it. Picked off his stick. Rampage will get a change. Roughriders will come through the neutral zone with it. They come through the middle of the ice. Played by Taylor. Shot. Easy save by Flett. Throws it to the corner. Rebound picked up by the Roughriders. Shot. Another save made by Flett. Rebound. Came out. Number 17 rolling the forward with an opportunity. Couldn't get a stick on it. And we're going to get a penalty here on the Rampage. That's going to be number 11. with the high stick. So Evan Olander is going to go to the box. So tough timing for a penalty. You just don't want to take that at this time, trying to get back in the game here. Now you're going to be on your heels for another 2 minutes.
Yeah, I know, and just coming off a great play by Flett to get it, block that play, get it into the corner. All you got to do is tie up your man, put the body on him. You get your stick involved too much, you're going to end up with a penalty. So hopefully the Rampage can kill this off.
On the out-of-town scoreboard, the Roughriders 16 AAA. They knocked off the Rampage 2-0 up in Boulder today. So
We'll see them tomorrow.
Roughriders now 2-0 on today between the 4 games. We'll see the 16s tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock. Or sorry, there'll be a 1 o'clock game. 15U's at 11 o'clock tomorrow as they dropped one up in Boulder as well. That's a tough one for the 15s. They were looking for My Hockey Rankings. They're going to top My Hockey Rankings team in Colorado gets an automatic berth to the district playoffs, and there was essentially 6 places separating Rampage, Thunderbirds, and the Roughriders. It was a must-win for the Rampage to be moving up to try to overtake that top spot. Unable to do it today. We'll see what they can muster up in tomorrow morning's matchup. Tip on net, just goes wide. Good play there off the shot from Regan from the point. I believe that was Krichhoffner on the tip. Roughriders going down the ice for icing to relieve pressure. Rampage. They'll get a change here. Keeping the pressure at the other end of the ice on a kill, doing a pretty good job to kill off some time with 1:27 left to go.
Yeah.
And the Roughriders man advantage.
Certainly what you want to see. Making sure that the Roughriders are down in their zone, having to ice the puck. I mean, you can't ask for more on the penalty kill. Hopefully they can get a shot or two off here without giving up a play coming down our way.
Roughriders win the face-off and easily break out of the zone. Peterson, with number 9 for Tony Flanagan. Throwing up top, nobody home. Roughriders are going to have to regroup. Patrick Sargent throws it in the zone, picked up there by Taylor. He'll throw it back down. Tipped by Flanagan, shouldn't be an icing as it went off of Flanagan.
Yeah. Ref was facing the other direction, unfortunately.
So we're going to face off to the left of Flat. 10:30 left to go. 1 minute exactly on the clock remaining in this man advantage for the Roughriders. They haven't been able to muster anything on this power play. Whittingham will step in to take the draw. And Rampage battling for it. Roughriders able to maintain possession out of that scrum. On the half wall now. Flanagan to the corner. Another Flanagan. That's 29. Shane Flanagan. Assuming the Flanagan brothers. This overload formation, a great job by Rampage to kill this time off, let's be honest. Excellent job tying up the corner, and the Roughriders unable to get anything set up. Weren't able to get that puck out of the corner, let alone set up.
Yeah, just wasted basically 30 seconds in the corner trying to get the puck out of it, and we were able to get it out of the zone. Now we're wasting even more time as Max brings it into the zone.
Great job by Max Gudonis, defenseman stepping up to kill some time. That'll do it for the power play for the Roughriders. As they've killed it off, the Rampage now full strength. Bender fires it up to Schaffner. Good play as he finds Whitted. Whitted gets knocked to the ice. He's got some help there from Ariantonov. He needs some help in the corner there. He does a great job maintaining possession, taking a beating, and a shot on net. As Whitted able to come in and help out, get the shot on net. Malik makes the save, covers, we'll get a face-off to his left. And a huge face-off with 9:05 left to go here in the third period.
Yeah, I mean, really, every face-off from here on out is going to be the most important face-off of the game. You have to maintain possession. You have to get every single opportunity you have, because you have to get at least 2 goals to get a tie. Ultimately, you do want to get 3, but every single face-off to gain possession is going to be so important from here on out.
Off the draw. It's tied up. Won by the Roughriders. Through the neutral zone they come. Played by the 14, Nathan Bender. Puck thrown in. Lewis gets a tip on it. Referees step in. Flett will hold it. We'll get a face off to his left. As the Roughriders just trying to throw the puck in front, hoping somebody's there to tap it in.
I mean, not a terrible play. You know, putting the puck in front of the net. Luckily, the Rampage did a great job. Flett was able to cover it up. Now we just need to get possession and get it back down to the zone and test that Roughriders goalie.
Evan Olander steps up against Zach Peterson. Peterson wins the draw, comes up top, D-to-D pass, shot fanned on. Kept in, however, thrown back up to the middle. That was, could get a number on Roughriders player there. As the Rampage, good job in the defensive zone, keeping the puck to the outside. Picked up by Smith. Smith off the glass, up to the point, dropped down. Probably could have been a hand pass here. A little bit of a carry, I thought. No call, though, as Roberts throws it into the neutral zone. Rampage will get a change. Walter remains the only player on the ice for now for the Rampage as they get 5 new players on the ice. And let's see if that will help them here going up against a fairly tired Roughriders squad. Here comes Rampage shot. Malik goes over his glove into the corner. And Rampage with an opportunity, buzzing now. Shot on net, save made by Palik. Rebound, can't quite get a stick on it. Kept alive though. Out of the corner is Whithead. He throws it up top. Gudanis, shot. Kent doesn't get all of it. Back to his stick. He'll get it back down deep. Good job by Gudanis to keep it alive.
Great job to keep it in there. It's not an easy thing to do, especially with somebody breathing down your neck.
Puck bounce up to the point. Regan has to skate out with it. Gudanis with it now. Nice pass over. Can't play connect. Kind of put it in his feet. As Anton Ariana to him. Rampage now. Whittingham tries to throw it out front. Out of the corner now. Up to the point. Bender just stepped on the ice. Couldn't quite get it. He's going to have to regroup in the neutral zone with Taylor. Taylor, indirect pass. Back on the stick of the Roughriders. They're able to regroup, and here they come. And offsides as good play there. As number 10, Cole Taylor got beat on that indirect, and if that wasn't an offsides, that was going to be a good opportunity for the Roughriders as Taylor was beat clean.
Hey, that's a fortunate opportunity for the Rampage here. And you realize, as Taylor, you realize, hey, luck just saved me right here. Now he's got to make the most of this shift. Hopefully the rest of the line recognizes that too, and we'll make sure we take advantage of the opportunity that we just got given.
7 minutes left to go in this third period. Roughriders first to the puck there in the defensive zone. Going out front, there's an opportunity, shot on net, save made by the glove of Flett. Back up top, shot, Flett covers right in his bread basket. He'll hang on for the whistle on the face-off.
Great defensive coverage there by the Rampage. They were able to tie up everybody in front of the net. Even if Flett had given up a rebound there would have been nobody there to tap it home. So great job on the Rampage on the defensive coverage there. Now let's see him get it out of the zone here.
Off the draw here comes Boone Whithead. Rampage lose that draw. Roughriders control. Pass across, can't quite handle it. That's Patrick Sargent. Mishandled the puck. Going back in the middle, and it's off of Shanahan. And again, Chase Walter standing right next to Shanahan.
It was off his foot, I think.
Shanahan's stick
Didn't
on the
even
ice.
see it coming.
Just thrown to the crease. It went off of Shanahan's stick and in the back of the net.
Yeah, hey, you know, props to Shanahan for being where he needed to be with his stick on the ice like he was told to. I mean, it's one of those things where the Rampage defenseman just needs to realize that there were 2 people in front of the net, actually. They just need to tie up everybody, and so, you know, Shanahan was left unaccompanied and was able to tip it in.
Back to work this week for the Rampage on some net front coverage. And a little more disciplined play on their part. There's a breakaway attempt, backhand off the post, right off the opening draws. Roughriders a little bit of momentum here as they go ahead by 3 goals, up 6-3. Pass across. Sargent stepped down from his point into the slot, can't quite connect. Reagan reverses the direction. And Whittingham can't clear. Still in the zone. Finally cleared out. And Whittingham using his speed to chase it down. He'll get bodied off the puck in the corner and tied up. And the puck's cleared out of the zone. Udonis chips it back the other way. And here comes the Rampage through the neutral zone here with an opportunity. Good defensive play to recover there by the Roughriders.
Oh, tremendous job by Schaffner from start to finish there. He was able to chase it down into the corner, put pressure on him, and then he was able to come back around and present an opportunity right in front of the net. So fantastic play. It's exactly the type of pressure you want to see. If everybody can, have shifts like that, we're going to bury a couple more and tie